Covenant kids, and Happy New Year! We're so glad that you are here today. Today we're going to go back to a series of lessons that we began way back in November about kings and prophets. But before we do, let's spend some time worshiping together.
Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Our God, you reign forever. Our hope, our strong deliverer. You are the everlasting God, the everlasting God. You do not faint, you won't grow weary. Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Our God, you reign forever. Our hope, our strong deliverer. You are the everlasting God, the everlasting God. You do not faint, you won't grow weary. You're the defender of the weak. You comfort those in need. You lift us up on wings like eagles. Our God, you reign forever. Our hope, our strong deliverer. You are the everlasting God, the everlasting God. You do not faint, you won't grow weary. You're the defender of the weak. You comfort those in need. You lift us up on wings like eagles. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Oh, you are a waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here.
Have you ever tried to do something that felt just too hard to do on your own? Maybe putting together a puzzle that had lots of pieces, or building a fort in your backyard? What did you do? Did you ask your mom or your dad or a friend to help you? Well, some things are just too hard for us to do on our own, even with another person's help. But nothing is too hard for God. God is powerful and wise, and He loves us. He knows when we need His help. And because He loves us, He helps us. Today, we'll learn how God helped David do the right thing before he became king of Israel. Let's watch.
My. Welcome back to my library. Oh, I am so glad to see you again. And who did you bring with you? I'm Professor Stevenson, and I love reading and teaching about the prophets and the kings that they served. We have learned about the first king of Israel, Saul. If you remember, Saul was not a very good king because he stopped listening to God. God decided to choose the next king, a boy named David. Someday, David would be king. When King Saul found out, he was not very happy. David went to work for the king. He played, drum roll please, a harp. But Saul did not like David. He was jealous that he would be king one day. Saul decided that he didn't like God's plan, so he started to make a plan of his own. A terrible plan. A plan to kill David. I did warn you that Saul was a bad king. When David heard about this plan, he ran away and hid from the king. But God helped David. One time, Saul was hunting for David. It was getting late, so Saul decided to set up camp. But guess who showed up in the middle of the night? David! David sneaked into the camp where the king was sleeping. If the king would have found David while he was sleeping, the king would have done his terrible plan. But David had a better plan. He had God's plan. David trusted that God would make him king one day, just like he had said. So David took Saul's spear and water jug. When Saul woke up, he realized that David had been there, but David had not hurt him. After that, Saul said that David had done nothing wrong and finally stopped hunting for David. In the end, David was rewarded for trusting God because he knew he would help him. We can trust that God helps us.
Hey kids, it's time for our word of wonder, and it goes like this. Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored among the nations. I will be honored in the earth. The Lord who rules over all is with us. The God of Jacob is like a fort to us. And that's Psalm 46, 10, and 11. Okay, I'm going to say it again, and this time I want you guys to repeat after me. Are you ready? Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored among the nations. I will be honored in the earth. The Lord who rules over all is with us. The God of Jacob is like a fort to us. Psalm 46, 10 through 11. Great job, guys! Hey kids, we are going to do something new today. So each week from now on, we will have a question of the week, and we will say the truth from the Bible that answers that question together. So today's question of the week is, do you believe in God? If you do, here is what I want you to say back. We'll say, yes, I believe in God, our Father who is mighty and who created everything. So the question is, do you believe in God? And we answer together, yes, I believe in God, our Father who is mighty and who created everything. Great job, guys.
The Israelites wanted a king so badly, so God gave them one. His name was Saul. At first, Saul was a great king, but then he stopped obeying God. and God had to choose a new king, David, who at the time was just a young boy. David loved God very much, but he didn't become king right away. King Saul knew that God had chosen David to be the next king, and that made him really jealous. He was so upset that he kept chasing after David and trying to hurt him. But each time Saul chased David, God helped David. David always got away and was able to hide because God was helping him. One day, after chasing David, King Saul needed to rest. His army set up a camp and got ready to sleep for the night. Saul slept in the middle of the camp, surrounded by his strong army of men. David saw that Saul and his army were close by. That night, he and his friend snuck down into Saul's camp. They found Saul and his army sound asleep, so they were able to sneak right up next to Saul. They were so close that they could probably hear Saul snoring. In fact, they were so close that they were able to grab the spear and the water jug that were right beside Saul's head. David's friend thought that this was a great opportunity to stop Saul once and for all. But David did not want to hurt Saul. He knew that God had chosen him to be the next king, and letting Saul continue as the king now was the right thing to do. David trusted that God's way was best. So instead of hurting Saul, David took the spear and the water jug and he left the camp before anybody woke up and saw them. By taking Saul's things, David showed that he chose not to harm the king when he had the chance to do so. From then on, Saul left David alone. God helped David that day, and Saul's life was saved. And God helps us too. Our God is in charge, and He knows what is best. Just as He cared about David and Saul, God values each one of us and cares about what is happening in our lives. We can always go to Him because God helps us. Okay, Covenant kids, now you know. God knows you, God loves you, and God leads you. Now go change your world.